DAngelo passed. When I saw the post, I was hoping it wasn't true, but apparently it is. So I just wanted to, reflect on DAngelo and his impact on me. I always felt like he was a musician's musician. Like you could tell, like he took the music seriously. Like his style, you could tell he was birthed out of the soulful side of Prince, and he gave us a very like urban, contemporary feel with that soul that he was putting down, and it just felt unique when he came out. I remember Brown Sugar, this album, his debut album, came out in the summer of 1995. I graduated high school in May of 95, and don't be calling me old. It just means I'm still alive and I was around before you were. Hush. And I was in that transition of coming out of high school, trying to figure out, do I want to go to college? Do I just want to work? You know what I'm saying? But I got a job immediately. And so, with me working and making my own money, I was buying music like crazy. And this was an album I bought for sure on the strength of the Brown Sugar song. So I was like, so now, when you broke, you had to wait before you bought a full album. You had to make sure 3 singles was to your liking before you pulled the trigger on the full album. But now that I'm making money, you give me one song, I like your vibe, I like your style, I'm going to take the gamble and just buy the album. And this was a gamble that paid off. This album, top to bottom, short and sweet, only 10 tracks. I love this album. This is my favorite DAngelo album, actually. And I just got a lot of memories attached to it. I even remember the back of the CD booklet. I thought this picture was so dope, man. Like the leather jacket, the fit was fresh. The way he was sitting on the stoop, it looked like a stoop in New York City. And that's my aesthetic all day. I love that aesthetic. I was like, man, this is the coolest individual this side of the Mississippi, man. Sign me up for this cat. And all of his features with other artists were just so dope. Like his features with Erica and Common and just like the Roots, everybody that he was working with, it was just a dope vibe. Lauryn Hill, it was just a vibe. It was a moment in time that I felt like DAngelo was just floating with us throughout that period. And then the Voodoo album came out. The How Does It Feel album just debuted in like 99. And, we were expecting, my firstborn son, Serene, was due soon. And Serene was born January 3rd, 2000. This album came out in late January of that same year. So when this album dropped, I was in that transition of being a father for the first time, trying to get my parental feet together, if you will. So, playing this album, taking care of a new baby, all of that just, rang throughout my life. And like, so it's a time capsule. Like when I hear How Does It Feel or Send It On, which is my favorite song from this album, I think about that time period where it's just like, yo, I was a new dad, man, raising the son, getting peed on, changing the diaper, changing the booty up the back diapers. DAngelo was there, man. The Voodoo album, it was musically dense. I don't think I was ready for that density at the time, but when I would come back and revisit the album, I was like, yeah, this album is fire too. Then fast forward all the way to 2014, because DAngelo be missing in action. We get this album, the Black Messiah album, and this came about during a transition of, I wasn't too far removed from a divorce. So I was like, kind of pretty much in a new living environment, trying to get my feet together, trying to live off the land, as I call it, but living off of like comedy and acting primarily now, still being a father. But I had major surgery that year. Like I had my appendix removed. So, health was on my mind, and just like that whole period of just like, I hope I made the right decision. I hope I can make it. I hope, the future bodes well for me. And this album was playing through that time period and meeting new people and just trying to navigate these newer waters. And so yeah, DAngelo, since 95, like I feel like his music always resonated at a time where I was like in some real transitions, and like his voice and his musical style always resonates and triggers like dope memories of major things in my life. And so, he was major. Even though, he only gave us 3 albums, he was reclusive. But, everybody that you talk to I haven't heard a person say, "Yo, I ain't feeling D'Angelo." I've never heard that. I've never heard that. And so he was just one of a kind, man. And my heart goes out to his family, his son Michael, who he lost his mom and his dad within a year. So my heart goes out to the family. I'm not sure how many children he has, but his whole entire family, man, my heart goes out. I don't know who's watching this, but I just wanted to share, reflect, and just appreciate D'Angelo for what he's brought to us, and all those memories I have to his music and his craft and his artistry, man. And yeah, man, D'Angelo.